is why we're doing De La Riva. The two ways it was explained to me, I'm going to tell you that the first way it was explained to me was this. It's not a bad idea. I have someone in a half guard and they stand up. So in other words, their leg is in between my legs. This is the situation you need to start creating the De La Riva guard. So for those who don't know, I'm doing De La Riva guard right now, right? So you see, so you get a leg in between. So, and I think if I'm not mistaken, we used to call it standing half guard. So it's just that nowadays people don't stand up in your half guard; they tend to stay down and pass. So people don't see that too much. But yeah, if he was in my half guard and stood up, De La Riva's a nanosecond away. So that's one way. The way I liked was when I had this idea explained to me, was the mongoose cobra idea. So cobra and mongoose are like natural enemies. There's two animals. So if Darren stands up, if he's a knee slice passer, he has to stand in the circle. So he stepped in the hole and now he knee slice pass through. Right? Good job. So he has to put his foot in there to do his knee slice. But to do De La Riva, I've got to have his foot in there. So it's called cobra mongoose idea because we both need exactly the same thing at the start to pursue our game. It doesn't happen a lot, but it happens every now and again in jiu-jitsu. Both people happily agree on the first bit. And then if the cobra's better, he'll knee slice. If the De La Riva guy's better, they'll De La Riva. Does that make sense? I kind of like that because the cobra mongoose idea, I as the, in this case, say the mongoose, I've got to be aware of the danger that the cobra's presenting. Instead of just saying, you stay there, don't do anything while I get my De La Riva guard going. You understand? So that's different. I'm saying, wow, when the cobra stands in there, I know what's happening next, and that informs me about what I should do. Because if he doesn't do anything, you know, do cobra mongoose, I go, well, Darren's standing there, so how do you do De La Riva? Well, I put the De La Riva hook, I start to kick his leg, and I grab his foot. Cool. I did it the complete wrong way. If I think of cobra mongoose, what does he want to do now? Instantaneously, he's going to knee slice. So what do I have to do? So that becomes the first thing you do. This kills the knee slice. Do you understand? So you see, when you go for something from the cobra mongoose idea, the idea, I know what he wants to do, then that informs me about the order of how I build my De La Riva. So the priority is that. Now, if I only do that, of course, he can run away and then come back and have another go. So that's why you grab his foot and hold it to your hip. So now he can't, you see I've doubled the control? So I've got, that stopped the knee cut, that stopped him running away, and now I put my De La Riva hook in. So as it's turned out, the De La Riva was like the third thing down the list. Whereas for the first 10 years of my jiu-jitsu, oh, it's called De La Riva guard. So that must be the thing that I do first. And then of course, what do you think happened to me? Knee cut, and then what happened to me? I said, well, De La Riva's bullshit. So I'll just put it on the shelf for about, I don't know, 10 years, you know, and then I'll do something else. That's real. So, and it was just because I didn't understand. 1, block. 2, heel. 3, De La Riva. And even this is irrelevant. It's the sideways pressure on his knee that's important. So I'm looking at him, side on. See, I'm not in front of Darren anymore. I'm going round to the back, right? Now, he doesn't like, the fact that he stepped in means he wants to do a knee cut. So he doesn't want this foot there because he can't knee cut, so he has to deal with it. He grabs my foot, my leg pants, and he'll push it down, he'll drag it out of the way, he'll leg drag it over there. He's going to do something because he doesn't like what's happening. So he grabs that foot, I pull my leg back, get hold of his sleeve, break the grip, and I put it back. And that's how you built the De La Riva guard. Does that make sense? So that's why if you take a Google De La Riva, this is what you're going to see most of the time. But it still begs a question. How the hell did you arrive at this? That's a good question because this doesn't look normal. All right, so number 1, he steps in the hole, what do? Block the leg. Number 2, grab the foot. Number 3, De La Riva hook. He doesn't like it, he grabs my pants, I pull my leg in toward my face, get a spider grip, break the grip, kick the shit out of his leg, and then we have De La Riva guard, right? So that's how that's the why, that's why we're building it. Okay, we're building it because he's about to knee cut us. And that's how De La Riva started. It was a counter to combat base, actually. All right? So what happens when you get combat base is the next thing is knee slice. So it was originally counted as soon as someone did that, you kick the shit out of that leg. They don't like it, so they stand up. You thread their foot in, they don't like that, they stand all the way up, you have De La Riva guard. So that's how it was actually built. All right, so we're going to build it real quick, then we're going to do evil things. Okay, so let's go, we're going to do ABC forms. Okay, so you go. So this is the one that we're going to have. All right, so the first grip is going to be the sleeve grip. All right, we're going to sit up and grab his leg. So the way to sit up, the way to not sit up is don't use this leg, don't kick. It's hard, see, you kind of crunch. So the secret to sitting up is just kick his leg. Look, you don't need your De La Riva or drop it down. But the right foot, just kick. So you'll do a little kick, sit up and grab. So we'll do that 5 times. So that's so he's going from a hand on his ankle to elbow around there. 5 times. Now on the 5th time, we'll go up there, we'll stay there. Now because we've got the sleeve, we pass it. Right? We pass it in. Why? Because I've got a chance now to control 2 things with 1 thing. Leg and arm with 1 thing. Now you're going to grab the friendly collar. The friendly collar is this one. The enemy collar is this one. So pick which one's appropriate. Good joke. Anyway, if you grab this collar, when you pull him down, that shoulder's going to hit the mat. And they get a lot of AC joints done that way. So if you grab the right collar, I kick his leg, pull him down. You see I kind of turn him under so his shoulder doesn't smash the ground. It doesn't look dangerous, guys, but it's really dangerous. This is the move that is responsible for the most dislocated AC joints I've ever seen in jiu-jitsu. I've seen more than a dozen, a couple of dozen times AC done from this pathetic little. You suplex people, no problem, but this is dangerous. Okay, so we're going to be here. We sit up, grab the leg, we pass the sleeve, friendly collar. The reason you need the collar is because if you just hold that, he can stand up and rip his hand out, thump, right? So as soon as you grab the collar, you're hanging on that. So any drama he's trying to do like that, I'm hanging on this here. So there's no power coming in. And then kick his leg and turn him over. That's it. Let's go. Let's do the tilt sweep, basic De La Riva tilt sweep. Buildings, investment, or whatever you blows your skirt up. If you're doing something that's like 5 bits to the process, 5 steps, or 5 ingredients to make something, right? And you get that result, and you're good at it. You do the 5 ingredients, you get the result. And then so your job is to copy him. Your job is to simply just model what he's doing. And you do it, except that you leave the eggs out. We cannot reasonably expect to get the same result if you've left the eggs out. If the eggs were part of the recipe. Okay, so let's make it easier for you. So not only do you get your 5 ingredients, but you also supply them for him. So he can't fuck it up, right? So it's got the 5 ingredients and you've got the 5 ingredients. The most common way when that's happening, for you to screw it up, is you get the order wrong. So you go butter, eggs, ham, cheese, or whatever, but you go egg, cheese, eggs, butter. So you got the same ingredients, but they weren't numbered. That's the most common mistake. If we've already agreed that the ingredients are all there. Most people leave out ingredients. That's the big problem. They go, oh, I want to get the same result you're getting in life, but I just don't want to do that shitty bit called work. I cannot get you whatever it is you're doing, whether it's catching more fish or building more houses or climbing higher mountains or cooking better carrot cakes. I can't get that if I don't do the same thing within reason. I've got to follow the same steps. I can't sit back and go, I'm going to do what it's bullshit. So there's that. Okay, so let's make it even better. Not only do you supply the ingredients for him, you number them. So now they're numbered. How can you screw it up? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he's supplied the ingredients, he's given you the right order. I'm telling you, there will still be variation in outcomes. Because you didn't squish the dough harder than him. He squished the dough more than you and you just did like that. So there's variation. Your mood will change it. Now, the equivalent on the mat of these little variations is body type. So you try the technique on him, you try it on him, he's taller. Even though all the things are there, all the things in the right order, but there's variation that you can't do much about. He's taller, he's faster, she's smarter, he's quicker, blah, 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 right? Or you're in a bad mood and they're in a good mood, you know, or they didn't have sleep that night. I wrote something for Amy Factory. They didn't have sleep that night and you got a good night's sleep. That's variation that can throw it off. So what I kind of insist on the mat is at least two things that I can do something about. You have to have all the ingredients in it, and they have to be in the right order. And I think if we agree to that, then we all get we give ourselves the best chance. But even with that, there's going to be variation. Please don't think you're going to get exactly the same result as some best guy on the planet to do something just because you model him. No, it's a lot of variation. They did 18 reps, they did 2. They're going to win. They're going to do better. You know, that's it. They're in a better mood. They're happier. Whatever. Okay? What are we up to? We finished? Do the trickier one, which I think is the best one. So I'm here. I've got this. And he comes down close to me. Most usually they do that to grab the collar. So if he comes close, I'm going to grab his collar. The other way he was up, so I couldn't grab his collar. But if I can get hold of the collar, so if I could have built this from close guard, we could have had the collar before he even stood up. Do you understand? So we would have had the choice. So this time here, because Darren's come down, I've got to grab his collar. Now, what I'm going to do, you'll shortcut this after you do it a few times, but here's the training idea. Let go with the left hand, bring it up here, and you're going to swing it. Because I got his heel with this hand, and I want to go elbow deep around his ankle. So this leg's going to kick out behind me. Watch. So left leg spins, right leg kicks. See that? Now later on, you'll just let this go and do it with just your leg. But it'll be helpful if you bring your hand like this and swing the arm and kick the leg. In that order, like swing, kick. So swing, kick, and I go right round to see his butt. Because when I'm around there, all I do, my foot goes on the ground, and we just lift the hip up. He's going to go down. So this is the De La Riva back swing. So I'm going to kind of get you doing it, roughly, and then I'm going to add one thing, and then I'll add a second thing. So it'll take us about 2 or 3 goes before we're going to feel, good about it. So don't judge yourself too harshly after your first 10. Okay, so we'll do a few, then I'll show you something, then we'll do a few, then I'll show you something. So thank you. Let's build it. So I've got the De La Riva, except that this time instead of grabbing the sleeve, we've got the collar, right? Now when we swing around here, see, I want your left hand to grab your thigh. Because my big mistake for this, for the first, 15 years of doing it, was I didn't do that. I'll show you what I tried to do. I held the foot. I was reluctant to let it go, so I just do this. You see, but holding the foot is killing my ability to go around. So then I'm trying to go like that with my left foot, and obviously it didn't work very well, and I went, teach me half guard. So here, by letting go, I'm going to go all the way to our thigh, right? So I want you to see if you can get your left hand on your leg, and also your left foot stuck to his guts. Don't let that foot come down. You don't have to do much, but just keep it stuck on his gut. So I want that, and I want the foot on his guts. Right, so if we can do those 2 things, then we're ready to do the move. It's simple, right? Okay, thank you. Yeah. Let's go, ready? So, 101, knee cut 101. If I step in I have to step in the hole. So I've got to hope the mongoose is not as good to cobra today. And then my knee cut goes down here. If I do that, his knee going to come across the front of my body. That is the biggest drama for knee cut. But when someone does a knee cut, at that point, his another knee comes across the front and shin blocks you. That's what's going to happen. So you've got to trump it up. You have to build a wall like this and step in and grab the collar with the wall in place. So now I do a knee right on his leg. I block the knee out. So he tries to put it in front of my arm or something. I go, no. And then I'm going to start to do the knee slide. As a crash course in knee slide passing. We build a wall. So we step in, look, the wall's in place. Not like that. Step in, I've got the collar. Knee ride. Knee slice. Right, I'm not going to talk about the underhook and this and that, because it's not a seminar about knee slice. You okay? But you understand that? Cool. So we're going to do that twice, just for fun, right? So we're going to be here. I'm going to step in, grab the collar, connect to my knee right his leg, lock that leg out, and then slide our hips down to the ground. We're just going to do that. Okay. Because after we do that, now we go back to what we were doing. I build the De La Riva, spin to the back, lock him down, I build my wall. I come up and build my wall to that point. And then you lift up. Alright, so that's going to be, well, the only more efficient thing to do is just come up into half guard. But if you want to come up and pass his guard, you've already got the collar. So it's a matter of just getting our knee to connect to our arm, build our wall, and then we can knee slice our way through. He comes down, I grab the collar, but he puts 2 hands on there and strips the grip. Or I can never get it. So we can't get the sleeve, can't get the collar, we're going to sit up and grab the belt. Sit up and grab the t-shirt or the gi and pass it in. T-shirt, pass it in. So we call this the tallywhacker sweep. So sit up, grab something and pass it in. Right, so you got like this, I can't grab anything, sit up like we did before, pass something, post. Legs go left. Now, the little detail is 2 details here. Okay? I want to go back to my knee. So I'm going to move my left foot back a little bit, right? So when I move my left foot back, it means I can go further back. If I leave my left foot here, I'm restricted. So take time to put your left foot back. And now the easiest thing is for me to pull my legs kind of that way, like in a circle that way, but that's just going to make him hop. I want to pull this leg far from that one. So which way I go? Look. You see? Your natural instinct will be to do this. See the way I went? Which means his foot would have done this. But what you really want is his foot doing exactly the splits. So you draw a line between his legs, keep drawing the line, and pull this foot as far on the line. That's the easy mistake to make, right? So I've got the De La Riva. Can't grab anything. Sit up. Tallywhacker. Post. Hula hula legs. Feet go back a little bit. Move back there. Right? That's it. That's the tallywhacker sweep. Let's go. Tallywhacker single. Stand up. So here, here, here. Knock him down. But we're all going to be here, right? Okay. 1. Pull our head underneath, out the other side. So you're comfortable. Right leg, knee right. Left hand, grab the leg. So that my left foot can take it, I can take it out and put it under both. See that? Now if you want to, you can use your left hand to help you. Or you can just man up and use your abs. And you're going to throw your legs not over. I need to go to the other side. But you've got to throw them up in the air and tie those legs together. Like this. So they're tied. This is called mermaid. Alright, and now, hand under the head, dive out there, and my left leg is going to pull his legs up in the sky so that my right leg can advance and not be put in the half guard. Because if he puts you in the half guard, after you've done all that, you could have just come up into half guard. That's the definition of tragedy. No, you're going to be silly, right? Has everyone got it? You can do it. Let's do it. Ready? Listen to my words. Is everyone okay? You got it? So we know what's our first thing we're doing when someone's stepping a hole. You've got to block the flowing. Why? Because they're going to knee slice. You now know more about why De La Riva exists than most people in New Zealand. The world, really. I'm not joking. Okay? Go and read it. Pose the question. See what happens. Funny. Then you're going to do what? Grab my foot, because if you don't, I'll just walk away and I'll come in with a new plan. So you grab my ankle, so I can't walk away. Now what are you going to do? Get the De La Riva hook. Bird, not first. Right? Then you're going to grab something. Right? So if I give you the sleeve, I grab you your leg, or I reach down and grab your collar, I give you the collar, that's going to determine what sweep you do. Sleeve, collar, or tallywhacker. Right? What I talked about there was the ingredients. Make sure you've got all the ingredients of the move. anything you learn of anyone, and then make sure that you've got them in the right sequence.